Is there a chance Kali returns for season 5 of Stranger Things? Let's talk about it. What's up, everyone? It's Ty, and today I want to talk about Kali, the character who only made her appearances in season 2, especially in the Lost Sister episode, season 2, episode 7, and I want to discuss whether there's a chance she returns in season 5, Stranger Things' final season, or not. The reason this has especially become a relevant topic of conversation again right now is because there's a recent rumor regarding someone following her on Instagram, and that someone is no other than Noah Schnapp, who plays Will Byers in the show. According to many crazy fans, it appears that Noah has recently followed the actress that plays Kali on Instagram. Her name is Linnea Berthelsen, and excuse me if I pronounce that wrong, I'm not quite sure, but that's her. And apparently Noah Schnapp just followed her like within the past week, so it would stand to reason that he would follow her for a reason, or because she is somehow relevant in his life right now. It would seem a little weird that he would follow a co-star from season 2 in 2024 when they filmed that probably in 2016, 2017. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, I know to some people this might seem a little silly, but unfortunately, this is the world we live in nowadays where, we kind of overanalyze these things or look deeply into it, and I guess I'm contributing to that. But I am really interested in what's going to happen in season 5 of Stranger Things. There are theories out there that Kali could return, obviously to help the crew, because, okay, what's going to be the next level up from season 4? Eleven struggled to deal with Vecna all by herself, and Vecna's probably going to come back more powerful with an army this season. So what is the solution to that? A lot of people think it's bringing Kali back into the fold, obviously to use her powers that she showed Eleven all the way back in season 2 to the group's benefit in season 5. Now, if you're going to ask me how I feel about this, I would prefer that they don't bring her back, only because, we've gone through all of season 3 and all of season 4, and she's been nowhere to be found. So I feel like it would pretty much be a little bit too convenient that she's just going to show up when they most need her at the climax of the show in season 5. I'm not sure that that would really work for me, and I'd be able to accept that. I mean, I guess I'd have to accept it. The product is going to be what it is, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be happy with it necessarily. I guess if they could format it as if she comes back into the fold early in the season and then kind of happens to be with the crew the entire time rather than just coming back to save the day with Eleven, I think maybe that would be a little better and a little bit more plausible. But overall, I do think it's just kind of a little bit unrealistic, and the time has passed to bring her back and make her an important part of this show. And like I said, bringing her back at this point, especially if it's right at the climax of season 5 when they really need her to fight Vecna, I just feel like it wouldn't be earned for that character. Of course, her involvement in the show in general has been a controversial topic, piece of discourse for fans over the years, as that Lost Sister episode in season 2 is widely regarded as pretty much the worst episode in the show. It actually isn't my personal worst episode in the show. I give that title to season 4, episode 2, Vecna's Curse. I think it is a worse episode, top to bottom. But I do agree that it's probably a bottom 5 episode in the show. And I don't know that it would make sense to connect those plot points all the way from back then to now. And I think giving an appropriate spotlight and ending for the characters that we've come to grow with and love over all these seasons and years of our lives and of the characters' lives in the show, I think that would make a lot more sense and be a lot more rewarding. But at the end of the day, I do actually think this is a real possibility. I don't think this is just fan word of mouth and people trying to create a stir because it's been so long since the last season and they're getting bored. I think there's actually a very good chance that she at least makes an appearance. There's at least some mention of Kali. There's at least some flashbacks, something like that, because I don't know. I'm just getting this feeling, and there's been a couple signs like this. Why would Noah Schnapp just follow her on Instagram now? I do think there's a lot of slight little pieces that are putting the puzzle together that point to her at least making an appearance in season 5. I just hope it's done in a tasteful way and it's not her just saving them, or Eleven even in a circumstance. I don't think that would make a lot of sense. Once again, I and really nobody else that's probably even reported this or talked about it or spread it on the internet knows anything about Noah Schnapp or his personal life and what's going through his head. So do I know why he followed her now? Could it have just been a coincidence? Could he have just come across her page and clicked the follow button and that's it? Quite possibly. Could he be trolling the fans? Quite possibly. Could it mean nothing at all? Quite possibly. But I do think it's probably more likely than not that, something happened with her recently, or, he saw her recently and it kind of prompted him to do this. I think that's more likely than it just being random that he never followed her before and now he just decides to do it. So I certainly think there could be something to that speculation, and I certainly also think it's a possibility that there could be nothing to that speculation. But I thought it was relevant to make a video about it here because I am wondering how the show's going to conclude and how they're going to allow Eleven to beat Vecna and what support they're going to give her. In terms of the storyline and the characters around her. Because in my opinion, I don't think bringing Kali back is necessarily the right solution, but I also don't know if the realistic solution is just having her, really use her strengths and powers and having the supporting cast kind of do things around her with their normal human abilities. I don't know if that will be believable or will really move us at this point either, because we've already seen that story play out so many times throughout seasons 1 through 3. So in conclusion, Noah Schnapp following Linnea Berthelsen, who once again is the actor for the character Kali that was featured in the show in season 2, could mean nothing, could mean something. To sum it up, the Duffer Brothers just have a tough task ahead of them. Well, I guess most of it's probably behind them because they've already written the entire season and are over halfway through filming. So I guess we'll see what they chose to do. I personally would predict that Kali will be in season 5 in one form or another. I hope they know well enough not to make her like a featured character and to put a lot of the weight of saving the crew on her shoulders, because I don't think that would be earned or super rewarding for the show. But we'll just have to see what they go with. I think they're really talented writers, so I'm sure they made it work somehow, but I'm interested to see. But that's all I got, guys. Just wanted to touch base on this. If you enjoyed this Stranger Things discussion and talking about Kali and the possibilities for season 5, hit this video with a like and subscribe to my channel, where I'll have a lot more Stranger Things content leading up to season 5. I plan on dropping a couple special videos on Stranger Things Day this year, which is in November, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thanks again. Until next time, this is Ty the TV Guy signing out.